Hello there. Welcome to my views and news. Three news stories for you from Ethiopia and Eritrea. Firstly, Ethiopian state media today remembered an Ethiopian uh, officer who was taken prisoner in Eritrea more than 2 decades ago. Is he still alive? No one knows. But timing of this news story is important. Secondly, if your military is making preparation for a big military show on Thursday, today a ceremony was held where some ENDF backed activists and journalists were given awards. The journalists include some former ESAT members too. Thirdly, Amhara region of Ethiopia, North Wollo, Fano fighters entered a town along a main road today, and a main road was cut off in North Wollo today. No traffic's flow was totally disrupted in this town along the main road which connects Wollo with the shore. Firstly, viewers, Ethiopian state media today remembered an Ethiopian fighter pilot who was taken prisoner in Eritrea around 25 years ago. PM Abiy's government has been shying away from mentioning the sacrifice, the work of this fighter pilot. Colonel Bizabe Petros is an Ethiopian fighter pilot. He took part in the war and he was involved. In fact, he conducted strikes on Eritrea and Somalia. He was taken prisoner in Eritrea. It was 1998, I think. Then he was released. Eritrean government released him. But he returned and again he went to conduct strikes on Eritrean territory. His plane was hit. I think he managed to eject himself, he was taken prisoner by Eritrean military. Since then, he has been a POW in Eritrea, prisoner of war. Eritrean position is that since he was given one chance and he was released, but he decided to conduct strikes on Eritrea. That is why now Eritrea won't release Colonel Bizabe Petros. Is he alive? Because he was arrested in 1998. Rumors going around that he died of a natural cause, but no official confirmation. And today, Ethiopian state television published a story about Colonel Bizabe Petros with caption that he is Ethiopian national hero who sacrificed for Ethiopia, who is still standing for Ethiopia. And such heroes should be acknowledged. Their work, their services should be acknowledged. Timing of the story is very crucial because Ethiopian government has been a bit reluctant to mention Colonel Bizabe Petros's services because of Abiy Saya's friendship in the past few years. But now, atmosphere has changed. Now, Ethiopian state media is reporting about Brigade Hamid members. It is reporting about Ethiopian alleged right to have access to the sea. It is reporting about Colonel Bizabe Petros. Will Ethiopia officially request now PM Abiy's government? Will the government officially request the release of Colonel Bizabe Petros? Is this new story a way of preparing ground for making another request for the release of the pilot? Let's see. Secondly, Ethiopian military is making preparation for a big military show in Ethiopia, in Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. On Thursday, military parade, big military show is going to be organized in Addis Ababa at Meskel Square. Movement of military equipment has been seen towards the venue. Main road is going to be closed from tomorrow And on Thursday, we could see big show in Addis Ababa. Foreign military officers are being invited. Some have arrived. I think one from South Africa, another one from Tanzania have arrived in Ethiopia to take part in the National Army Day, National Defense Day, to be celebrated on a Thursday. Today, two Ethiopian journals spoke about this day. They said that the day is being celebrated to commemorate, to acknowledge the sacrifices, the services of Ethiopian National Defense Force. At a ceremony, General Jula, Ethiopian National Defense Force chief, granted awards to 25 people who worked for ENDF, who supported ENDF on different fronts. 25 people include some government backed social media activists like Nathaniel McConnell. He was granted an award. Siam Teshome, Sisse Agena, who is former ESAT journalist. Then Solomon Haleusis, Theodorus Alimagio, Arayat Sumari. These people, I know almost all of them. I can quote dozens of false posts shared by these people. Just because they were backed by the military, by the government, they were sharing posts in support of the narrative of military. They did not cover the conflict or report about the conflict neutrally. Their one-sided service for military is being acknowledged. Now, my question is, who really sacrificed for Ethiopian military? Ethiopian soldiers, yes, they'll be acknowledged on Thursday. These journalists, activists, some may be sitting outside Ethiopia. What about Ethiopian people? How many have died in the conflicts in Ethiopia so far? Didn't they actually serve Ethiopia? They're the fuel of this instability in Ethiopia. Who will recognize their role? Who will represent them? What about women who were raped? What about women whose husbands, sons, fathers have been killed? What about children? What about parents whose children died? Who will acknowledge the sacrifices of those Ethiopians? I would suggest that Ethiopian government military should observe a day in the memory of those who are common civilians, but who are the victims of these conflicts. Last years of clashes between Fano and military ongoing in different parts of the Amhara region. And a few hours ago, Fano fighters entered a key town along a strategic road. Fighting went on there for several hours. The main road passing through the town was cut off. Kobo Robit is the name of the town. Reportedly, Fano fighters entered the town a few hours ago, and Kobo Robit to Wuldia, Kobo Robit to Kobo, traffic was disrupted. In this part of the Amhara region, East Amhara Fano is operating. East Amhara Fano of Merewadajo is operating. Reportedly, East Amhara Fano fighters attacked this town today. Clashes still ongoing between Fano and military, no respite. Despite claims by Ethiopian government, Amhara regional government, there is no change on the ground. Fronts keep on changing. But now I think Fano fighters are trying to carry out target killing. They are conducting targeted attacks now. They have managed a better intelligence collection system, I think. So now they are trying to carry out precise attacks on police stations, on residences of police officers, on Prosperity Party members, on convoys of Ethiopian National Defense Force. They're not just indiscriminately storming towns, cities. They've changed a little their strategy, it seems. I'll try to do a video in coming hours tomorrow about the overall situation. But since there is no big change on the ground, that is why I'm reporting less about conflict in the Amhara region. Situation is almost the same. There's deadlock. This deadlock will go on. You'll see. I've been saying that for months. There is no permanent solution to this conflict if the conflict goes on through military means. Only solution which can be found is through negotiations. Fano fighters cannot be completely eliminated. And Fano fighters cannot defeat Ethiopian National Defense Force to reach Addis Ababa. So basically a stalemate. People of Amhara region suffering, Ethiopian economy is suffering, Ethiopian businesses, Amhara businesses suffering. As a whole, Ethiopian government, Amhara regional government will suffer.